I've been talking about over the last like 12, 15, 18 months, like, how do we change what we're doing again? Like we did at Cappys, 12 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I mean, this place has evolved so much from Butch's. I mean, if you have any idea what Butch's was, if you've been here 8 years ago and you actually made it in or even just drove past, I mean, you know how far we've come, how long the journey's been. And I guess that's kind of like what took me to this spot here in the vlog. Like, one of the things I really want to talk about, in this vlog too, is making connections. I mean, Kira pointed it out, when he used to come in here 8 years ago, you got me on the floor. Hell, there was nothing to do. Like, I'd just be waiting for customers to come in, We'd post a new beer or a new arrival or just to, just to make that connection and find out what people like and find out their kids and their birthdays and their wives' names and what I could do to be a part of, like, the community and their community and grow in Loveland, Coming from west side of Cincinnati, kind of like the Covedale, Price Hill, Western Hills area. Long way from home, didn't have a ton of friends over here, but, found after time this community to be so welcoming, right? I mean, this place has just been an absolutely incredible ride. And from bait shop, lawnmower shop, liquor store, to liquor store, bottle shop, to, liquor store, bottle shop, bar, place of gathering for the community. We won the Community Advocate Award in 2019 through the Little Miami Chamber. Which was just an incredible award to me. Meant more than some of the Business of the Year awards we've won or other things, accolades we've had over the years, simply because, like, it embraces, like, community. And I really think, like, it's cool that we've been able to take this liquor store bar and make it, a part of the community, and not just for adults, but for kids and for schools, and support the city of Loveland and really just try to help it grow. Like I said, it'll be actual 12-year anniversary on Saturday, February 8th. Really excited to celebrate with everybody. I mean, when it started 12 years ago, I had no idea where we would be, right? I mean, in fact, I wouldn't say this was my vision, although I did want to always kind of be like the party source, just like a mini party source. I mean, obviously we're limited by our size and parking, and it's been great to see, like, the growth in just the absolute, not just in, like, dollars, but the growth in, like, how Cappys has changed, how the customers have come together and grown together with the staff, and then how the community around us has continued to grow. I mean, it's just been like this awesome synergy, and it shows you an interconnectedness to things, and especially when you start to look at things and how things work. Cappys would not be here today without a huge shout out to Shannon Riddle, Sam, as she's known around Cappys. She's been here 22 years, so her anniversary is just out through mine, no matter how long I'm going to be here. This place would be nowhere without her. She literally takes care of the nitty-gritty, all the boring details, the things that I really honestly struggle with as an owner or a boss or whatever you want to call it. And she allows me to be creative and different and challenging, and we like to go out and we like to win and we like to be the best and we have pride, and she allows me to lead and do the things that I need to do better. And that's a huge reason we've been able to, because if I had to do all those things, I have no idea if this creativity would come out or the enjoyment or the culture or the community. I mean, without her, I know it wouldn't be here. And then through Sam, and that just resonates through the rest of my staff. And throughout the week, we'll be stopping and I'll be doing little hits with them. Today, everybody's a little tense. That's why I'm sitting here in the back room. I'm not, but we've been, doing the floor. We pulled up the floor and we drew. We painted up. We drew. Jeez, isn't that funny? We're painting all the walls. I mean, it's not a ton, but there was so much movement for how much work we actually had to do, and everybody's on wit's end. So we've just I think everybody's moving in the right direction, but I'm going to let them go today. I want to do this in the back room, kind of maybe do like a 3 or 4 part thing on Cappys. This is that first part. Everything in the place is brand new, right? Like we have, well, it was brand new at one time, maybe 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 6 years ago, whenever we did it. But that's the one thing, like anything you see here, we've done, even if it doesn't look good now. And that's why the place has been pieced together so much. I mean, we had what we had to work with, and I don't have any investors or financiers, and banks hate lending to small liquor store, gas station, convenience store guys, bar guys, whatever you want to call me. So, I kind of like, I'm always, I'm putting that out there on my own, and that's a huge difference. Than I think some people, I don't know if people understand, like, that can be stressful. Sometimes, like, a lot of people in my different companies rely on, me making decisions that make sure, we're profitable and we can pay payroll and things like that. And sometimes that's incredibly challenging. I think people see Cappys or the world and it used to be incredibly challenging. Like when I first bought it, like in the nitty gritty days when you're not doing any business, like in January and February, you come in like, Jesus, I mean, barely any customers in here. How did I stay open? Like I said, people like Sam are the reason why we did, because we attack problems and we solve them, and they're constantly being created at a place like this. So to see those things happen has just been this that's an incredible part of the journey. So within those first 3 or 4 years, we placed coolers and carpet and ceiling tiles and electric, and that was really the first phase, and started to amp up the inventory because there was empty shelves when I walked in here. We got rid of all the lattice fencing, got rid of smoking in the store, although we did allow it on the patio. And then so that's another phase. That'll kind of be the phase 2. As we bumped up the inventory, we started the social media with Twitter, a little bit of Facebook. When Sarah Levin, now Sarah Stass, actually came on, our Facebook game really amped up, and it took like what we had built on Twitter and Facebook, and it really made us, Cappys was pretty cutting edge. I mean, you can go back and look when we started the social media stuff, we were pretty cutting edge in the industry, in the alcohol industry, not just for retailers, but for breweries or even big macro beer on our media presence. Something I take a lot of pride in, and I really feel like our work is work that, be honest with you, Fortune 500 companies should probably be looking at instead of fucking wasting all their money on goddamn Super Bowl ads. But that's just my opinion. What do I know? I'm sitting here in Loveland, Ohio in a back concrete room. There's a crack in the floor with some machine making a noise. I don't even know what it is. So, but, I do think from a media aspect, like we're engaging, and that's another reason we're doing this vlog. And that's where I want to connect with people. And that's why I'm doing this, is because back then, like, I got off track, right? Back then, I came in and you got to know me. I got to know you. I got to ask you questions about your family. I got to know your kids' birthdays, your wife's. I got to know, part of your community and be able to donate things or be a part of different charity events. I've been invited to people's homes. I've invited people to my home. We've shared moments here. We've shared moments of tears when people get divorced or people die or things are wrong, bad at their job. They come here and they talk to us. And that's what I was like, man, why don't we talk more? Like, I feel like we're on this brink, but sometimes there's like these limits to what we say to people, and I feel like that's what I used to get when I was here every day before I had all these other responsibilities. And before my journey changed, my life's changed since then, I can't spend the time here like I was. I realized that things that need to be prioritized. So when we do this, the vlog is a way for me to try to connect to Cappys and beyond. And hopefully that translates into culture in my personal life, in my professional life here. Hopefully, like I said, people hold me accountable and hopefully they do better in their everyday life and I do better in mine. I have to say, I feel slightly motivated from doing this vlog. I feel this sense of anxiety, like to put it out, like to talk into a telephone like this. To tell you guys, this is like me being vulnerable. I was talking to Kira about it. She brought up a couple of great points as a personal friend. Professionally, she thought it's on point. And I just said to her, I was like, if I'm not going to be vulnerable and open about this, I haven't put myself out there. If I'm not willing to put myself out there, then I am not comfortable with myself. And you know what? Like, that is what this journey is about, And that's why we're going to be talking about working out and hiking and Cappys and relationships. In spirituality and what we believe and what we think and what we want to go and why are we afraid to talk about our fears, our anxieties, our hesitations, Those are things I want to get over. I want to, there's no reason to ever stop. If you're having the worst day of your life today, make tomorrow better. Make the next day after that a little bit better, That's what I want. That's what we're trying to do. I want to make these connections that I used to be able to make. We're moving. We're in 2020. 20 years ago, I didn't even have this cell phone in my hand. Now I do. This is where everything's moving. Either I embraced it and I tried to fit in, not just fit in because I fit in, but actually feel comfortable, like to be everywhere and nowhere at the same time. I mean, it's an amazing line from Brene Brown, and I will actually do segments where I talk about chapters of her book and that. So I don't want to do this injustice, but those are things for a person like me to like hear and like to think, wow, somebody else has thought this. And I've been thinking this for my whole life, and I've never really maybe even expressed it a lot. I mean, maybe it's been brought up in ways. So this is kind of part one of the Cappys. I got off a little stretch because, like I said, the vlog is how I want to connect with more people, how I want to grow Cappys, but how I want to grow everything, how I want to grow the world. I want to be better because of this, and I want to make people better because of this. I'm going to come back with part 2 tomorrow. Hopefully everybody's a little happier in the shop, and we'll get Cheezel Pete's. Hopefully everybody's a little bit happier in the shop, and I'll get some cuts talking to those guys. Really excited about that. Got some exciting stuff. We're posting the Lost Marble Challenge here real shortly, and you know what? Get up, get after them, and make no excuses, people. Positivity is earned. Positivity is hard work. And when your day starts off negative, get out and change it. Change the vibes. Work out. Take a walk. Meditate. Whatever you do that does that for you. Talk to you tomorrow.